Hi everyone, it's David Tab here, aka PrittiVisious. This live session is the second of many sessions on the origins of my tracks. So this one we are focusing on a track called Need Me. The original is kind of a blend of, what do I say, it's almost industrial punk and Marilyn Manson from my youth. Whereas the sort of my more favourite version of this track, Need Me Undone, is drum and bass, and second favourite is the trance version, which is Need Me Through It All. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the original first while I'm talking in the background, and then go through the drum and bass and the trance version as well. I do even have a country version of this too, which is a bit different, but I quite like because it's just about the raw, pure emotion. So I'm going to hit play first, and then I'm going to go through where this came from. So it starts off very intense, this one, and that was the whole point. The feeling of this one was intense. I'm alone when I want to be with people, and I'm with people when I want to be alone. This came from my daughter's had a horrible immune condition, luckily through medical treatment. She's okay for now, but it's meant that my lovely wife have to basically habitate me back to the house to support her, and for the last few years, and it means I'm all by myself. And so yes, woe is me, I can say that. Your daughter's alive, which is amazing, but I'm also human. So this was essentially journaling lyrics of how I was feeling at peak of the horrible steroids my daughter was on for the treatment of her condition. So hemoglobin A of the supply is her condition, and what it was doing to her poor little body, and how then I was feeling as a parent. So no one's perfect, right? So where this came from is a bit of a blend of what I was feeling at the time about always being needed and not wanted. But not just with my friends, not just with my family, but with my friends. You know, when I needed my friends, my close friends, for lifelong friends or long-term friends, they were nowhere to be seen for their own reasons, and that was hard. And the same with my family, and for their own reasons, and I don't hold them to that, and that's not for me to judge. But it's life, so I needed to survive, and the way I did that is by writing the song. And the other reason is just through life. Sometimes I feel that being the person that's of high energy and always organising things and always happy, I'm the one that's always bringing things together. So I'm always the one going, hey, why don't we do something? You're feeling down, why don't we catch up? Let's do that, let's do this, I'll organise it for you. But I found once I went quiet, no one organised anything. No one checked on me. Or very few, I should say. So this is where this song came from. This was a very sad song for me, but I needed to get it out. So the original version is quite angry, quite in your face and intense, and even for me, I feel I could tweak this a fair bit, but I want to leave the original version as is because this is exactly how I felt. Done being quiet, done being easy. I won't be a lifeline for when your world gets heavy, right? I felt used and abused. I'm sure many people feel that way, right? You always need me when you're coming undone. And you see me when you've got no one. Pretty intense. But life's hard, right? Choose your heart. So I'm not here to profess my heart is any less or worse than yours. I'm just here to say that we're all human and we've all got our shit. Sorry, the swearing. That we need to go through. Right, the next version is my favourite version, which is drum and bass. Let's kick this off. Go on for everybody. And the reason why I like this is, whilst drum and bass is one of my new favourite genres right now, I do really love the female vocalist in this. I feel the pain. It's more held, more almost maternal, and that sounds logical. It sounds crazy to me, but also makes sense. I wrote these lyrics because of what I was going through with my poor daughter, but also what my wife was going through on her side to flip this same experience. And whilst I'm alone a lot by myself, especially in the last few years, my wife has a child with her, and that's very hard. And I can't imagine that because I'm the opposite right now. But I felt this was a way for me to not understand, because I could never put myself in my wife's shoes, but at least try to sympathise with her side of how hard this is. And we wouldn't trade this for the world in terms of our daughter's still here and daughter's alive. But it doesn't mean it's not hard for us to tune in. And what I feel this is the vocal is almost quiet. And so this took me a lot of programming almost, and engineering to get the vocal right. And a lot of people say, well, with AI, you're just, quick thinking it's done. No, it's not. Yes, for some people maybe, but for me, this version took me over 25, 26 hours to really craft the programming to be right for the feeling I wanted to hopefully convey. And now, as I've said previously, I don't want you to feel, I don't want you to be dictated, what you feel by what I write or what I say. If this has created something for you where you feel something completely different, that's amazing. If this track is uplifting for you, if it's joyful, if it's sad, whatever, if you hate it, great. You've at least got a feeling for it. I'm very proud of this though, because these are some very, very hard feelings for me to bring to the surface, let alone write down on paper, let alone put into a song to show everybody. But the reason why I did that is I felt that everyone's going through struggles. Mine's not the hardest, mine's not unique. How do I connect with others? And that's why I started PrittiVisious, was to connect with other humans. And so I really hope that any of my tracks, let alone this one, do provide a connection for you where you feel something. And I hope that's uniquely yours and not mine, if that makes sense. Alright, and the final one we're going to switch to in this section is the Trance version. Now what I do love with these as well is programming the artwork. So where I do use AI in a lot of my cover art for my songs and my music videos, I do really try to direct or compose in the feeling that I've had at the time, and hopefully creates an environment for you to feel. So with this one, the original cover art is of a sort of, they're all, I feel, angelic warriors, because that's I feel what we all are. And the original one is blonde hair, and you might think, well, where's that come from? Well, when I was a kid, I had bright blonde hair until I was about 16, 17, right? So I feel that's me. Even the female version in Need Me Undone, which we just heard, whilst her hair is a different colour, I wanted to show that it looks like underneath it's blonde. So maybe that's the female version of me. That's just some of the direction I use in AI. It's not just, again, just type it and go, there it is, it's done. No, this is a thorough process I have to create not only the music, but the cover up for each song. Now, what I really like about this trance version is, if I could sing, unfortunately I can't, that's why I do what I do with the AI side of it, I love this vocal. This is what, if I could sing, if I could choose a voice, this voice I feel is me. And I really like the different perspective. Again, this is given over 3 different genres, right? We've had almost an industrial sound at the start, drum and bass, and now trance. And I do feel it tries to create a different kind of feeling with the same bass lyrics. I try to change the lyrics for the genre, but I try to hit the bass there, the bass feeling. And again, I don't want to direct you to feel away. I just want to create an environment where hopefully you feel something, you can connect with me or somebody else. Even if that's hatred, if you hate me for what I do with that, God bless, that's up to you. control that. With the trance version, trance is very, very close to my heart because it's one of the genres I've loved since 99, 2000. And so for me, this is something that I would love, I should say, to see the greats, both new and old, play at Tomorrowland and things like that. I feel it's something that all humans, young and old, can resonate with. And it's something that I really do hope that it creates an environment for you to feel something. So this is Need Me. As I said, I do have another version as well, which is just a short 2 minute, I think it is, country version. Of this song, which is quite unique because it's a bit different, but it really captures the feeling I was feeling at the time of writing. Well, I am going to leave you all there, but thank you for everyone that has joined for the second round of the PrittiVisious Origin Stories. Hope you have a great day.